Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. It's Friday. Happy Friday to you all. I'm Jasmine. Just wanted to give you this daily encouragement, motivation this Friday, right? This week, we've been talking about praise and prayer, okay? And today is our final day, just touching on prayer. But both of these topics really go hand in hand. Praise and prayer kind of go really hand in hand, you guys. What I want to share today is when it comes to prayer, like I mentioned yesterday, there are some things that, when you're communing with God and in conversation with Him. If you haven't seen that video, you can go back and check that out. But I was just talking about how you can really just commune with God in a simple way. It doesn't have to be all complex and all of that. Prayer is simple, right? It's just a conversation with God, right? And so when saying that, I was just talking about how when you are in conversation with God, He reveals certain things to you, right? And when you start to praise, you already can praise God for certain things because He's already revealed it to you in prayer that it's going to come to pass and all of that, right? And you know it's going to come to pass because He's revealed it to you in prayer. After you've prayed, after you've praised and all of that good stuff, right? What do you do? While you're waiting? And I spoke about the wait last week too. While you're waiting, praise. Of course, you praise God. Thank God for what He's going to do. But while you're waiting, another thing to do is rest in God. Rest in God. And what that rest means, of course, when we think of rest, we think of relax, right? We think of, the beach, going to the beach, or just maybe having a moment in your den or living room or whatnot, just in your recliner, laid back, taking a nap. That's often what we think about when we think of rest, right? But also when it comes to rest, and I'm sure some of you have probably heard this before, rest and trust. Those two things can go be interchangeable in a way, because when you're resting, you're trusting in God, and just believing Him at His word, right? So once you've prayed and done all your praising and all of that, rest in Him. And that's simply another way to say trust. You're trusting in Him. Let it go. Don't hold on to that thing that you're believing. Don't hold on to carrying the weight of that thing you're believing for, is what I'm saying. So if you're believing for the healing, believing for the breakthrough, once you've praised and prayed, let it go. Give it to Him. Put it in His hands, is all I'm saying. And trust Him to do what He has promised He will do, right? So that's what I want to encourage you all with today. Rest in Him. After you've done all your praying and praising, all of that, rest in Him. Trust in Him. In other words, that's all I'm saying. Trust in Him. Leave it in His hands, okay? Rest in Him. And, let it go. Release it is all I'm saying. Release it, because there's no need for you and Him to still be holding on to whatever the situation is, right? Let Him take care of it, and you go on about your business, about your life, about your day to day. And while you're praying and praising and just, letting Him, just thanking Him for what He's already done. And once you've released it into His hands, then when probably you're least expecting it, that's when you will see what you were believing for manifest, unfold, or whatnot, probably at a time you were least expecting it. honestly, right? So be encouraged with this week. Rest in Him, and even if you aren't believing for something right now, you're good. You're in a good place in your life. There's nothing that's just pressing on your heart or whatnot. Continue to rest in Him. Continue to trust in Him, and let Him blow your mind beyond your wildest imagination. Because although you may be content where you are now, there's more. There's still more. He will do exceedingly abundantly above all you can ask or think. So you may not even be thinking about it, but there's something at a higher level, something greater that He still wants to do in your life. So continue to rest, trust in Him, continue to pray, just thank God for all that He's done. Continue to commune with Him. And man, I just truly believe that life and things will continue to get better and better and better. And, that you're just, going to thrive. You're just going to thrive, thrive, thrive. So that's what I want to encourage you with this week. I hope this week has encouraged you at some point, some video. I hope you've received something from this week. Praise and pray. Even if you haven't received anything else this week, make sure that you continue to praise and pray your way through. Sometimes you may not even know why you're doing it. You may not feel like doing it, but praise and pray your way through, and watch God continue to blow your mind, continue to work and work things for your good, and just work beyond your wildest imagination. So I want to encourage you all with that this week. I hope you've been encouraged. And again, I'm Jasmine, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for all the comments and for liking and just continuing to subscribe and share below. So I will see you all though next week. Have a great weekend. See you next week. Bye.